Boy, what a football game. Great battle, two very, very good football teams. It's so hard to win in this league. I know we preach that. I know as a coach, as coaches, we all know how hard it is to win in this league. And perception sometimes doesn't come off that way, or expectations don't come off that way, but that was a huge win for our team tonight against an excellent Arkansas football team. I've said all week they're an excellent football team. They showed it out there on the field, what type of team they are. A very physical team, a lot of talent, guys making plays. Fortunately, we were able to make one more play there at the end of the game. You know, we overcame 3 turnovers there in the first half. You can't do that. You know, to go -3 turnover ratio in a game, that's not good for us. We're turning the ball over way too much right now. But you know, as I've said, different guys have stepped up, made plays when we need plays to be made. Will Redmond makes a play at the end of the game to win it. Our guys are finding ways to win. Again, that's all that matters, is finding a way to win. You know, we've won some high-scoring games. Now we've won a low-scoring game, and I said, you know, I've told everybody we're going to have to do that one time this year. We're going to, you know, maybe multiple times. But I think our guys believe they play great team football, and we find a way to get one more point than our opponent. And got to keep doing that. We've got to keep doing that, you know. So we'll enjoy the win tonight, and our focus will turn to homecoming week with UT Martin coming in here. We know, I mean, very, you know, with very well coached football team. So we've played them before. So another challenge for us here at home. Next
questions? Get a mic to you.
Dan, it looked like Dak was kind of pressing again in that first half. In the second half, he was a different quarterback. What did you see in the second half from him?
Oh, boy, I just thought he was a little bit more relaxed in the second half. You know, I don't know that he's made bad interceptions this year. I think that those 2 today weren't great interceptions. You know, we'll go watch the film and you know, talk to him about it. You know, people, you get on him with stuff like to me is, hey, he's going to take a shot down the field at somebody one-on-one and the ball gets intercepted. Hey, that happens. Or gets hit on the throw. Sometimes that stuff happens. I thought both of them were kind of poor decisions with the ball. And not exactly poor throws, poor decisions with the ball. But, you know, I mean, here's the thing is he, you know, he knows we have great confidence in him. That doesn't shake him. You know, we know we're not going to shy away from anything. We're going to come right back and expect him to continue to make plays, and I think he expects to make plays, you know. And you know, as we said, we talked both of them. I mean, I don't think he said he didn't see the backer on the one. You know, he kind of, in his feet works, his front foot, plant foot slipped out from underneath him on the second interception there. First one, I think he was trying to take a shot. Like, you know, I think he was reaching on trying to do too good of a play in that. And, you know, wasn't there, just throw it away. Type of deal, but you know, he's a young guy that's, you know, the great thing about Dak, he's going to be in tomorrow morning. He'll be in there. We'll be watching the film, and he's going to make sure that he learns studies it, and learns from it, and you know, that he doesn't make mistakes a second time, which is what you want out of your quarterback and a leader.
Coach, it appeared you're able to have some success in play action against their linebackers and kind of drop some balls over the top. What were you seeing from them?
Well, we knew that. You know, we knew that they were, you know, you watched them on film. We thought we'd have some play-action shots against them right there. And, you know, and I thought we hit some good play-action passes. You know, disappointingly, we didn't finish drives today when we had some opportunities. And a couple of times we drive really well, get penalties, which would slow us down. But I thought, you know, playing against them, you knew you'd have some play-action opportunities. And we hit a couple. Missed a couple too.
When it comes to your defense, pretty much Arkansas was able to move the ball down the field a little bit, but when you got to the red zone, it seems like your defense was able to pick up there a little bit more.
Well, I think both teams did that really well today. You watch this game, I thought both offenses, they moved the ball upfield a little bit, and both defenses played really well in the red zone. We've been able to play well, great red zone defense all year. Proud of our guys, you know, I mean, and you know, as I said, I told him, I said, boy, you know, we made one more play. I would have loved to have made a play right there on 4th and 20, whatever, from the -10 instead of from the +14 to keep everybody. That kept everybody in their seats a little bit longer, I guess. Good for TV ratings. But our defense did. We made stops when we needed to make the stop at the end. We still got to look. You know, I mean, one of our goals is really creating a lot of 3 and outs, and I think, you know, they were able to stay on the field, control the time of possession, a little bit more than we wanted them to today.
Coach, outside of the long run Collins had, you did a pretty good job against them too, but Henry kind of beat you more than any tight end.
Boy, he did, and and some of them I think we missed the coverage, and they got in the bunch sets to try to get him lost. I mean, some of them are, he is an All-American type player for a reason, and you saw that with some of those catches he made. There's no defense to defend some of those catches he was making. He's a great football player. But I do think it was good. Within the run game, we gave up the long run, which we didn't give up the big play. And you watch them all year. Their backs have hit a lot of home runs. But, I mean, you want a physical football game. I mean, there were some great tailbacks in that game. They held Josh Robinson to 64 yards. We held their two tailbacks to 93 and 47 yards. So, you knew that with great backs in the game. It was going to be a physical matchup, and both defenses played pretty well against the run.
Uncharacteristic penalties. It seemed that they came into bad situations too. What did you kind of see out there?
Yeah, that's just sloppy play. I mean, and here's my issue with those. Those are mental penalties. Those are all mental penalties. Those are certainly avoidable penalties. Every once in a while, offense, defensive pass interference, holding call sometimes. That's not, but the mental ones, the false starts, the personal fouls. Those are those are things that you have to be mentally tough not to have those penalties, and and I thought that you just can't do that to give up those type of penalties. What do we end up on the day? Penalties 8 for 45. That's just not very good. I mean, they held the ball for 38 minutes. I mean, you look at the game. I mean, that was two good football teams. You want to come in and say, boy, did we do things poorly, except for the turnovers. I think besides that, that was a pretty well played football game. Turnovers and a couple silly penalties. That was well played football.
From three, you have a tie game. You have a third down situation, fourth down situation, 40-yard line. You showed faith in Devin Sobiesque all year in taking that kick and he delivered.
Oh, he did. And it was a huge kick for us. A huge kick for him right there. I had faith that it wasn't. I mean, people are going to wonder, boy, why'd you go for it the first time? And that was me. That had nothing to do with anything else except, I thought we had 4th and 1 at the 20. I thought we were moving the ball. I thought we'd have a good play call. I thought when even sometimes you look and see what defense they're in, and and I liked what the play call was for us at the time. And we didn't get it there earlier in the game, but I mean, as it shook out, I probably should have kicked from right there, and we wouldn't have been holding our breath quite as much there. Much easier to make the call after the game than it is during the game.
Hey Dan, I know last week you said you guys played tight with the bye week and the #1 ranking. How do you think they responded this week?
I thought we played pretty loose today. Again, I think both games, last week I didn't see any tightness. I thought we had juice. I thought we had energy on the sideline. Now, we knew they're an excellent football team. And I mean, Arkansas right now, shows what the depth of the SEC West is right now. That's a top football team that we just played today. But I thought we did. I thought what hurt us today is mistakes. I didn't think we played tight. I thought we were playing well. I just think we made some really poor mistakes, turning it over 3 times in the first half. I think that really kind of didn't get us in rhythm, especially when you're playing in Arkansas, who's not going to give you many possessions, not going to give you the ball a whole lot, is going to eat up the clock, and then on your possessions, just throw it away. I mean, the punt, we don't even get a possession on that one. I think that's prevented us from getting in a rhythm early on offense. I think as the game went on, we got in a rhythm, and we just didn't score in the red zone. And but early in the game, I thought we weren't in that rhythm playing.
Was Javion available for punt returns, or what was kind of
well, I mean, he hasn't. We protect him in practice, and he's still not 100%. So, to put him in that situation when he's, he's very limited. We tried to limit him during the week to get him healthy this week. We thought, the trainer, he was cleared for the Kentucky game, and he cleared for today. Still not 100% though. So, hopefully moving forward, not on him. He desperately wants to play, and hopefully now he'll get healed 100%. We'll get him back full time because I don't think he played very much tonight. I want to catch early on, and he just didn't look like Jamie on out there on the field. Fred did a nice job catching the punts, though. So, I mean, in practice, everybody does a nice job catching.
Will Revin obviously had that last play. Just the last several weeks, has he become one of the better defenders on the team?
Yeah, I think so. I think Will's playing very well. I think he plays aggressive. He's does a good job. Will's a smart, very very intelligent young man, so I think he really studies the game and has he wants to be a great player. Works hard, has a good work ethic, and you see that out there on the field. That his number's called. He has an opportunity. He goes makes a play. And, it's one of those. I mean, people wonder why we rotate defense so much. But one, guys, there's good players out there. Two, when you're, there's Will Redmond, might not be a starter, but his number's called. He's ready to go make the play, and guys have a lot of experience in going to make plays because they've played a lot of football.
Coach, a lot of criticism of the 1B secondary last week, but they stepped up on that 4th down stand and made a big play underneath. We'll talk about that a little bit.
I do. That down there in the goal line stand, I thought that was a huge, obviously huge in the game and in the final score. But our guys know put the ball down, play the next play. Don't worry about what's happened. Put the ball down, play the next play. And we've kind of played that way throughout the entire season. And, I love the mentality this team has. They're not. We give up a big play or we throw an interception. Nobody really worries too much. Just put the ball down. Let's go keep playing and play the next play and have a pretty short memory, and that's really important. Great fans tonight. I know I can see you were on the Jumbotron, so if anybody outside's listening, is that audio on?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I want to thank our student body, all our fan base, and another incredible atmosphere out there by all our fans and all our student body everywhere giving us that home field advantage. I think they were the difference in the game tonight. So thanks, everybody. See you next week.
Thanks.